Turned around and all I seen was the angriest guy who got just punched Charlie just directly on the jaw. Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a story time. I really enjoy doing makeup. I will always love doing makeup, it's a passion of mine, but ever since I got a camera and for the past year or so I've really wanted to do story times just because that's personally what I like to watch on the interwebs. So I just thought, you know, I'll do a story time. If you guys like it then I'll do some more, because believe me when I say I've got the weirdest fucking stories ever. I used to always say, you can't write this shit, I am the unluckiest person in the world. So let me know if you guys like this kind of thing on my channel, because I've got so many more stories that I can tell. I literally have like a list on the notes on my iPhone of just weird fucking stories that I can tell you. If you want to see them, if this is just something that you never want to see again, let me know. But be careful. My cat just threw a mirror. What the Bluebell! So this is something that you don't want to see on my channel again, let me know and we can just stick to makeup, but yeah, just let me know. This story is from an era in my life. There was like a few years where everything was just really hectic and I was just a crazy drunk, I'd say. I mean, a nice drunk, but you know, I was 19. I'm not that much older now, it was a few years back, but back then all I wanted to do was just party, so that got me in a lot of really strange situations, because no matter what happened, if someone said to me, do you want to come for a bit, I would be there, no matter what the situation, even if it was sketchy. So this is where most of these stories are going to come from, but this story is about the time me and my friends fought a bunch of guys in Ibiza. Okay, just to put it out there, me and my friends aren't the kind of burly type. We don't want to just fight everyone. Like, we go out, we have a good time. We're them annoying type of girls who have shorts. I'm like, yeah, like we don't want any trouble, like, ever. So for this to happen to us, this was just the last thing that we wanted / needed to happen when we went on holiday. Okay, so I am still best friends with a girl. Let's call her, what name would she appreciate? Let's call her Minaj. No. She would like that. No. Let's call her Shonda. Shonda? Okay, so me and Shonda were already friends by this point. We were already pretty close. When that was a lot closer now, but back then we were still pretty close. And we made friends with another girl called, let's call her, there's nothing in the room to give me any, let's call her Lisa. So me and Shonda were close friends, and then we got introduced somehow to Lisa, and this was about 4 years ago. So talking about this now is really weird because we're quite a close friend group now. So looking back when we first met, it feels like 10,000 years ago. So yeah, so we met, we got along, and then quite a short time after we first started meeting, what the fuck did I call her? Lisa. So quite a short time after we first started speaking to Lisa, she invited us on holiday for her birthday. I think it was her 22nd birthday. Could be wrong. But yeah, she invited us on holiday for her birthday. So she invited us on holiday with 5 other people, including her. So it was me, Shonda, Lisa and 5 other people that we knew, that we were friends with, but we weren't super close with. I think we just wanted to get the maximum amount of people to make it a good time. So I thought to myself, I'm poor as fuck, it's nearly winter, let's go on holiday, I'm for it. I was actually really excited because this was my first time ever going on holiday with friends, and that's something that I'd always want to do. Like I said, I was kind of like a party person back then. Like I said, I was up for anything, so I was so fucking excited to go on holiday. I really was. Like I said, despite the fact I had 0 money, but I just wanted to play it as it was dealt and just see how it goes. So the morning came of the holiday. I had the tiniest bag in the world packed. Turns out, I never fucking shop for clothes. Never fucking. So I had the tiniest little I'm going to call it a purse, like a wallet, full of clothes, ready to take to the airport. Got picked up and we went to our flight for Ibiza. And we wondered why it was so cheap. We'll get into that. We'll get into why it was cheap. And this was, I think, my first time on a plane. So I had, would you call it a cardiac arrest? Maybe. I mean, I'm a nervous fucking flyer. So we were on the flight and we were talking about all these things that we were going to do. We wanted to do this, we wanted to go here, we wanted to go on a jet ski, we wanted to do this. Like, we were so excited to get there and we just couldn't wait. The flight was about 2 hours, so we just couldn't wait to just get there, get our things in the hotel and just go out and just see what it has to offer. Me and my 4 items of clothing. So like I said, we'd only kind of just met Lisa. Not just met, but I mean, like, it'd been a few months, so we were still kind of bonding and we were still properly getting to know each other on this holiday. And I think this holiday was a shambles. It was a shit show of a holiday, but it did kind of bring us all together. So we got to the Ibiza airport and it was fucking freezing. It was literally too cold for shorts when we got there. But nevertheless, we were excited. We got to the hotel and we were getting ready to go out for the night. So our 4 guy friends had a room here and us 4 girls, was it? No, sorry, 2 of them was a couple, so a guy and a girl was a couple, they had their own room, and then the guys were in this room, girls were in this room. So we were getting ready in the room, we were getting our makeup done, we were just so we were so excited to go out because I think this was the first friends holiday for all of us, maybe? Could be wrong, but we were so excited, nevertheless. And like I said before, when it was nearly winter, that wasn't a joke. It was nearly October. No, it was October when we went to Ibiza. And that is, I think, when it hit us that we went at the complete wrong time. The party time for Ibiza, I think, ends in August. So when we got there, when I say we were kind of the only people there, we were the only people there who weren't local. It was just us. But the second bar had quite a few local people in it and a few people who were from the UK or America who were like bands, like musicians who were playing on that night. So that bar was kind of full with locals. So we thought, dead, empty one, or we'll go for this one. Yeah, we'll go for this one. So we thought, okay, we're going to go for that one. Obviously there's more people in there, let's go in there, see what's going on. So like I said, we all thought we were the only people who went there, you know, like for a holiday. Like the season had completely ended, we were late, and there was no other people who had come for a holiday. We thought we were like the only 8 people, everyone else was local, and that's what we thought. So we went into this little bar, there was a guy singing on guitar, there was people getting up and doing kind of open mic and things like that, and it was good. It was good, but I remembered that I'd left my fucking money in the hotel room. So I literally went down, and then as I was coming back up to the hotel room, because it was literally like across the way, this pub was there and our hotel room was there. So as I was running back up, my friend Shonda was with me. So me and Shonda decided to walk to the hotel room just to get my money, and then we could go back to the club and then we'll be fine. So on our way back, I decided to run. I really fucking wanted to drink that night, so I thought running was appropriate. Who the fuck runs in the middle of... Anyway, so I was running, and then we see a gang of guys walking up the street, and I think there's about 6 of them. And as me and Shonda, because Shonda decided to run with me, we were running to the hotel room for no reason other than to get the money faster so we could drink faster. We were both running. So one of the guys from this group of very drunken men was shouting, "Run, Forrest, run!" at us, which I'm alright with that, that's fine. But I think one of us said something about like, oh, whatever, you know, it was not nasty or malicious in any way. We were just like, okay, like, yeah. Because we kind of, if anything, we wanted to bond with more people. You know, it literally was an island with just us on for holiday, so we wanted to, if anything, make friends. So we were just like, oh, okay, yeah. And then one of them clapped back with this, just so you'll understand this bit. Shonda even though she is Caucasian, she's white, she has the figure of like a black woman. Like, she has tiny hips and like a big bum. Like, she has a really, really nice figure. And then one of them shouted to her, "You have a fat ass." So Shonda was kind of like, "Sorry, what? What did you just say?" And this guy was just, again, shouting that she has like a fat ass, and I don't know whether, we still to this day don't know whether he meant fat as in like PHAT, fat, or fat. But either way, she was a bit like, you know, you don't really say that to a girl for no reason, but whatever. She was kind of angry, because it did sound like he was saying it in a malicious way, like calling her big, which she by no means is, but it sounded as if he was saying that she has a fat ass. So she wasn't very pleased at all. They were just being a bunch of dicks anyway, like they were screaming at people and just being a bit too, and you could tell that the locals were getting a bit pissed off by these guys. So we decided to go back into the club, and after an hour or two, we're drinking, we're having a good time. I see Shonda have a weird look on her face. She kind of goes from like to, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she just looks at me, she just spins her head around and she goes,
"Are you ready?"
And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm always ready." What are we doing? What's happening? So she turns around and she's like, "I need you to be with me on this. Just ride it out with me." And I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck is going on?" And she just looks at me and she goes, "Whatever I need to do now, I need you to just go with it and just stick with me." And I said, "Of course, always. I'm that friend that," I know a lot of people say it, but like literally, if you end up in jail, I would literally be sat next to you. I am that friend. Like, if you need me for anything, I will always, if I love you properly, and I will always be there for you. So obviously, I was like, "Bitch, let's go. I don't know what's going on, but I'm with you. Whatever you need to do, let's do it." So she spins a heel and she walks towards the guy that said that she has a fat ass. And I see his face and he looks at her and it's just sheer, his face just drops. You could tell that he did not expect to see us again, ever. I don't know how, it's a fucking small island, but he did not expect to see us again. So she approaches him and she goes, "Do you remember me?" Sweet as a nut. Sweet as a nut. Before he can even answer, before he can even move his lips, she just goes, just cracks him round the face. Now, do need to point out, we are not fighters. We have never been fighters. We never fight ever with anyone. So this must have really, really irked her for her to do this. To be honest, he should have been screaming at strangers, telling them they've got fat asses. He had it coming. So as soon as she cracks him round the face, she just looks at me and I look at her and she goes, "Run!" We ran out of the club and it felt like we were running so fast. It felt like we were just speeding down the road, like getting a sweat on, getting a sweat up here. Literally we turned around and they were there like this. They were right there in our faces and they were ready to fight. They were literally ready to fight two girls, and yeah, they weren't taking no prisoners. They were angry. Oh. So, one of our male friends who came with us, let's call him Charlie. Now Charlie, in this situation, remember, I think there was about 5 of these angry Scottish men who had literally followed us back to the hotel because they wanted to kick the living shit out of us. Charlie, in this situation, I have to say, he was the only one of our guy friends who came to the hotel because he could see something was going wrong. So he came with Lisa, followed us to the hotel to see what was going on. He was really a real gentleman in this situation because he nearly got his ass beat by these people, but he didn't want to see us get hurt, so kudos to him. So the guy that got slapped was obviously the most angry of the 5 guys. So he's seen Charlie, and as soon as he's seen another male, he was like, let's fucking go. And he got right up to his face and he said, "You come around the corner with me and then we'll see where it goes from there. So this guy was coming at nearly said his name. So the guy said to Charlie, are these your friends? And he was like, yeah, they are, unfortunately. He's like, yeah, they're my friends, you know, and you shouldn't have been disrespectful when they were walking down the road. You shouldn't have been shouting things at them. This guy came at Charlie so fucking much. He was like, I'm going to literally kick the living fuck out of you. He was so angry, and what he kept saying to him was, we can leave this if you come with me round the back of this hotel, basically, and we can see where it goes from there, aka I'm going to beat the living shit out of you. Again, give him his kudos. Against 5 really kind of big angry guys, Charlie was just like, okay, fine, let's go. And one of the guy's friends, I noticed, was wearing a frilly Elvis shirt. Like, this ain't fancy dress. Like, you look like a fool. He looked like he'd been dropped from the 60s. He looked crazy, but he was the kind of the most calmest out of these group of lads, who all of them at this point were screaming. So I went up to him and said, listen, get your friend away. You know, we don't have to, this doesn't have to end in like a violent altercation. Like, you've had a bit to drink, we've had a bit to drink. Like, okay, she did slap him, but he was being disrespectful, like Charlie said, so let's just leave it at that. You know, let's part ways and put it down as a bad night. And then just as this guy was about to say to me, like, okay, I turned around and all I seen was the angriest guy who got just punched Charlie just directly on the jaw. And I mean, this was not like this was a full on, like, this was like right in the jaw, and I just thought, oh, this is where it gets even messier. I hate Ibiza. So as soon as that happened, there was a little stunned silence from that end and from us, where it was literally like, what the fuck do we do now? Like, it's happened. Violence has already happened. Where the fuck do we go from here? All I wanted to do at this point was, there was like a little van that sold chips next to the club. I just wanted to get a little bowl of chips, just go to bed and just, you know, sob. I didn't want any of this to happen. I don't think anyone did, apart from this really angry guy. So after that, there's stunned silence from both ends, and I think it was Lisa. Remember, it's Charlie, Lisa, Shonda, and me. And I think it was actually Lisa who made the first kind of move back. So Charlie was a bit taken aback. He didn't fall or anything. He was just a bit like, shit, this is getting serious. Then Lisa ran through, and I think she just kind of just punched him in the face, pretty much. She just went for him, just punched at him. And then it looked like a scene from Braveheart. We were just fighting, and looking back, I just think, oh, we must have looked so fucking trashy. But holiday, yay. So Shonda grabbed one of them by the face to push him away from me and Lisa, and he turned his head back like this, so she pushed him away from us, and his head went back like this, and then as soon as he put his head like this and looked back at us, he had a fake nail sticking out of his cheek, one of her acrylics. So somehow she pushed him with that much force, because like I said, these guys were big and we're pretty small women, and they were taking no prisoners. They were kind of fucking coming for us. So she pushed him away, and somehow her acrylic nail was embedded in his cheekbone. She must have like the strength of 5,000 lions in one hand. I don't know. Yeah, it was just stuck in his cheek, and we were kind of, again, a bit of a stunned silence, like, what the fuck is going on? This is, like I said again, we are not used to fighting. This is strange for us. So the next thing I know is the angry guy gets Charlie and punches him again to the floor, and he's on top of him now. So Charlie's laying on the floor, and this guy is one punch, and then he flings his hand up again to go in for another punch. And Charlie is by no means big. I'm not saying he's like a weedy guy, he's just not he's just not the burliest of men. And like I said, even to this day, I am so like kind of thankful that he was there, because he could have got so much more hurt, and he did literally have to go to the doctors after this altercation to go and get his jaw checked, and he had to pay to get an appointment so they could check his jaw, because the guy did hit him quite hard. And if he hadn't have come out with us, that wouldn't have happened. But obviously we're a bunch of girls on our own, and he came out with us, and that, you know, that was really nice of him. So yeah, this guy was on top of him, and he pulled his arm back to give him another punch in the face. And I think, okay, Chelsea, you are no warrior. You are no Xena, the warrior princess. So I started to get a bit clammy in the hands. I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I had to do something. I think it's a bit weird when, like I said, we bonded a lot on this holiday. So, and up to this holiday, so we were pretty. We're a lot closer now, me and the girls. But I mean, like at this point, we were close friends, and it's really weird the kind of the way how protective you feel when someone comes for your friends. And I know that anyone watching this can understand, if someone comes for a friend that you really care about, you just get overcome with this kind of like, you know, you get really protective and you don't want anything to happen to them. So adrenaline just went through me like a bucket of ice water just dropped on me. Like adrenaline came through me, and as soon as I see that, I thought, I need to do something. I cannot stand here like a carrot just doing fuck all. I ran over and just booted him in the face. Kind of like a football. Just booted this guy in the face. I by no means am tough, nor a fighter, nor any of that. But because this guy was on the floor and looking down, I got quite a good shot of his face. This makes us sound as insane. Yeah, I kicked him in the face. He got off our friend Charlie, and then again I seen Lisa, who in these situations is probably the best person to have, because she's like a terrier. Like if anyone comes for her friends, like I said, she's not having any of it. So she goes over again, and she's really trying to get this guy off. So then by this point, I think by this point, the guy who was on top of Charlie, the one that I kicked in the face, I think Lisa went at him again and did something else to his face. And by this point, this guy was just literally, us tiny girls had somehow beaten him. By sheer fluke, by sheer luck, somehow we had beaten this 6'4" guy. Somehow. So his friends literally carried him away from our hotel, while still shouting, at us, calling us this, calling us that, calling us sluts, calling us whatever. They were still shouting at us, but carrying their friend away. And one of them still had Shonda's nail in his face, and they were kind of, like I said, screaming at us, sluts, whores, whatever, while taking the friend away. Out of all the things that could have happened on this holiday, that is the last thing that we expected to happen. And because it was so surreal for us, like we never get in fights, we are such kind of happy party people, and we will never know what happened with the nail in the guy's cheek. The reason I'm finding that so funny is just because all the way through the holiday I kept seeing Shonda go, oh, at her nails, because they just look so pretty, and so they had their like orange and tropical patterns on, and then there was just this one sad little finger with no nail on. So yeah, that's how we fought 5 Scottish men on holiday. Oh, like I said, there's so many things that have happened. And before I watched story times, like I love them now, but before I started watching them, or before they were even a thing, I used to always say, I wish there was some way I could tell, I could make what happens to me, the unlucky things that happen to me, a good thing. And I think by telling them, you know, and maybe entertaining some of you is the only upside to them. If you want to see any more story times, I have so many. Some of them are just plain bizarre, just plain really out there and really weird. Some of them are funny, some of them are, you know, there's a big spectrum of stories that I've got. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, let me know. Like I said, if you just want me to stick to makeup, let me know. This channel is, I mean, you guys are the ones who are watching, so you just let me know what you want to see. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I do not condone fighting or violence when drinking. Like I said, just need to reiterate, we never usually fight. But yeah, subscribe. More story times will be coming if, like I said, you enjoyed this. But let me know if you did enjoy it, so then I can start posting more often. Because if you do like them, I will do story times maybe like 3 times a week. Because I think, just to put it out there as well, just really quickly, a story time YouTuber that I watched quite a bit recently kind of came out and said that most of their stories, or all of their stories, aren't real. They're just completely made up. And I don't think that's fair. I think if someone's took the time and they're invested in your stories and they're invested in your life, because things that I'm telling you are stories over years of my life, and they're true stories, the bits of me. If someone is just talking to you just for views and it's complete and utter bullshit and you're eating it up, and just, I don't think that's fair to the people who are watching. So just putting out there that every story that I am going to tell is real. It is true. So yeah, like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye guys!